Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about how the correct height of tee could help you hit driver further than ever before. Now, any of you guys that are into your golf will appreciate there's certain things we're looking for to try and maximise distance with driver, and we're looking for an upward angle of attack. We're looking to hit the ball slightly above centre on the club face, and we're looking for low spin. So that lovely equation of high launch and low spin is what everybody's chasing out there. But the issue I see for a lot of guys that come to see me, and some of you guys might fall into this category, is they launch the ball too low and create too much backspin. Now, a huge issue with that is usually down to tee height, and how the ability to have the correct tee height will change the way you can deliver the club into the golf ball, therefore creating the best launch conditions for you to maximize your drives. So we're going to look at 3 different preset heights, one at 2 inches, one at 2 1/4, and one at 2 3/4. See how that changes my delivery of the club into the ball, and see how it changes my launch conditions. So guys, for this video we're going to use, like I said, 3 preset. The white tee at 2 inches, the pink tee at 2 1/4 inches, and the orange tee at 2 3/4 inches to see how we can improve our distance with our driver. Right then guys, so we're going to go with the 2-inch tee to begin with. And like I said, generally speaking, I do hit up on the ball. And predominantly what I see with guys is the lower they tee the ball, in order to try and find the middle of the club face, the more they hit down. But I'm going to try and make my normal swings and kind of show you the difference that the tee height makes. So 2-inch tee to begin with. So guys, the first thing we see with the 2-inch tee is the shot shaping out to the right. You know, decent peak height, ball speed of 154. Carrying 243 yards, but with backspin of 3,648. I have managed to hit up on the ball 1.9 degrees, but because the strike's a little low on the face, that's really caused much higher spin. So we can see guys there, I've still managed to hit up, still got the ball fairly central, but kind of my spin numbers were very high, and it's still a very good shot. But if I'm looking to hit it as far as I can, we need to kind of try and hit up a bit more, improve that strike and get that spin down. So we're going to move on to the 2 1/4 inch tee. And, you know, it's not massively different in height, and I think for me personally I wouldn't see enough of a change for guys. But when we move on to the 2 3/4 inch, for some guys that's a little bit out of their comfort zone. So even going from 2 to 2 1/4 will be an improvement for a lot of you guys out there. So certainly ball sits a little bit higher up on the club face. So as we move on to the pink tee, so we see now guys with the pink tee, which was 2 1/4 inch, we've now got a carry distance of 272 yards. Backspin of 2,349, so considerably lower backspin with a launch angle of 13 degrees. But we can see with my angle of attack still only 1.9 degrees up, which is good because it's still hitting up on the ball, but maybe not as much as I would like to maximise my shots. And we can see there guys, you know, I didn't actually manage to hit up any more, and I think for me, with it being such a small change and the fact that I already hit up a little bit, I don't think that's enough to make me hit up more, because then I'm going to start striking it too low on the club face. But final one, we're going to move up onto 2 3/4 inches, which for a lot of guys is just so much higher than they would normally use. But particularly for any guys who kind of are used to hitting down and have tried high tee and hit it off the top of the club before, that's usually the fact that your angle of attack's wrong. And I think from practicing on that big high tee and making yourself try and pick it off the tee, not only will you improve your strike, but I think you'll hit more good shots anyway. So final one, 2 3/4 inch tee. And we'll look with the orange tee at 2 3/4 inches. Carry of 272, but with a backspin of 1,884. So launching at 14.1 degrees, me hitting up on the ball by 3 degrees. So it's the most angle of attack on the way up at 3 degrees. It's my lowest backspin, and it's also my highest launch angle. And we can see there, guys. So, I mean, not a massive amount difference in distance between the pink at 2 1/4 and the orange at 2 3/4 for performance from me. But certainly if we're looking for my angle of attack being a little bit more up and creating lower backspin, so then getting a little bit more run on the shot, and maybe keeping the ball out of the wind or not letting the wind affect the ball quite as much, for me the higher tee makes that extra bit of difference in how I can deliver the golf club, and then ultimately how I can strike it on the club face in different positions. Okay guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. You know, if you can take something from this, start hitting the ball a little bit further with driver, hopefully with a bit more accuracy as well. You know, try some different tee heights. You know, I've used the preset castle ones because for a lot of guys, when they're using wood, there's just that tendency that they'll push it in a little bit more after a bad one, or be inconsistent with tee height. So the preset coloured ones are great. Takes an inconsistency out from there, but find which one helps you hit the best shots, stick with it on the golf course, and enjoy longer tee shots. But thank you as ever for watching my videos. Do appreciate you taking the time. Like it and share it if you've enjoyed it. Follow me on all the social media platforms. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.